Hi, it's Claire Spalding here for my weekly blog, My Brand Story. Your space to be to truly connect with your target market and have a story that is only your own. This week, I really wanted to delve into asking you the question, do you know what your business is branding? Interesting question, isn't it? Do you know what your business is branding? And no, I'm not talking about product or service. Would you like to get down? You ready? You ready? Go! I like to be carried. So I'm not talking about business or service. I'm talking about something different that we don't always think about. But once we know it, it gives us the best direction on how we communicate and how we can plan as a business. But first, tea. Today, wow, it's a fruity one, but with some green tea. As you can tell, I like a green tea. But it's it's a local producer sourced from Australia, which is really great story. And I'm all for that. Stories, that is, authentic stories, which we are going to talk about today. So what it is I'm talking about here is, what is it that your business is branding? I'm not talking about what products you have. I'm not talking about how it is you're communicating, and I'm not talking about your story. I'm talking about something fundamentally really simple that can be categorized, but then can direct you. Should we get started? The 3 things that you need to think about when you're talking about what am I branding are this. Am I as a business branding myself, a product, or a business? Let me talk to you a little bit more about that. When we're talking about branding for myself, think about it. Are you communicating from a first person? It's the first thing to think about. A great example of this, and I could try and get creative and I could try and think about someone that's a bit more local, but this is a perfect example globally. Jamie Oliver. He is many things. He is a guru in business, in cooking, in branding, in justice and food and a whole lot of things. But the fundamental thing is he's talking about from himself. Way back from the Naked Chef, Jamie Oliver, it was always about Jamie and always about what he was thinking and where he wanted to take the business, and he was the poster boy for his own business. So the thing there is, you think about positives and negatives for this one. Positives are, as I said before, brands love to connect to a person, and they love to see passion and authenticity. And they're things that you really do see with Jamie. You see himself, you connect with him, he lets you in on his life with Jules and his children. He's really open about that because he wants to truly connect. And as a result, he has connected on so many levels with so many people. And that is gold for him. But then a negative for that is, Jamie can never not be Jamie Oliver. So if he is a business and he wanted to remove himself from the business, then that wouldn't work. A perfect example of how he has tried to do that. So everything he does, his cooking, his shows, all of that, perfect. It works with him because it's all about him. But there's one thing he did do that didn't work for him. Jamie's Italian. The cooking restaurant that's around the world, it went like wildfire. And in Australia especially, where I was in Perth, when he opened it, it had queues for months. It was the place to be because it was a slice of Jamie. It was his approach. We could then enjoy his experience, in our own town. The negative of that is Jamie tried to sell the business. What do you reckon happened? Nobody wants to be part of that if it's not Jamie anymore. When Jamie's no longer there, the business hasn't got the same value. It's not the same strength. So then he lost that. He actually they had to sell it at a loss, and then I think he ended up buying it back because as it was, without Jamie's Italian meant nothing. So the positives and negatives of that, and thinking about in your business, what's your long-term goal? Is it about you and continually being you, or do you eventually want to sell? I'll go to the next one. The second one I'm talking about is branding a product. So there was still a creator, there was still a business, but it was all about the product. Perfect example is Nike, all about the product. Go-To Skincare, all about the product. And also, what about T2? One of my favourites. Not that one, another one. T2, all about the product. Actually, even about this. BKR, one of my favourite products, and I'll talk about this probably in another vlog. They're glass bottles, patent design. They're all about the product. So they have other messaging, but it's all product driven. All messaging is about it. Everything that they talk about is about the product and how you build a relationship with the product. You don't know when they started. You don't really know who started it, really. It's all product driven. And that's something that you think about as well. And it doesn't have to be a tangible product either. If you're selling a service, that is still a product. It is your product. So the positives and negatives of that. Positives are it's tangible, it's really, really easy to understand and take up and communicate, and everybody knows, can see and feel about it. So you've got a great story there. The negatives of it is it's a little bit harder to build a true connection with the people, so with your target market. So what I was talking about before is the positive of Jamie and branding a business, branding a person, is that you can connect. You don't have to build a personality around it because you've got one. You've got an authentic person to build around. The negative with product is you do have to work a little bit harder in building that personality with the product. It is not impossible. This product I absolutely love. I love it. A glass bottle, it clicked all the things that I wanted. It was stylish, it had glass, it was practical, it was cool, and no one else had it. These are all things that were important to me. So they worked that out, and they were still pushing a product. So it isn't impossible at all. It's just a little bit harder, and you've just got to work a little bit more on building a personality around the product. And then your third one, branding a business. So that's another example of somewhere in the middle. Marketing yourself, marketing a product. Business sort of sits in the middle because you have a little bit of both. You're marketing products and your business, and you're also marketing yourself. I would think when you're talking about marketing a business, the best one I would think about when you're talking about a figurehead of that would be Virgin. Think about it. Virgin has many businesses, many products under one business. So the business is the top. And Richard Branson is there, but he's not Jamie. You can remove Richard pretty easily, but he's a good figurehead. He does bring the excitement and the enthusiasm and the ruggedness of Virgin, but it isn't Richard Branson's Virgin, if that makes sense. But he has Virgin and all the products underneath. So business is sort of in the middle. The positives are that you can remove yourself from the business, and it can be separate, and it can go on without you. But you also have that figurehead involvement, so you can be as involved as you want, but without driving yourself. It's not your own agenda, it's the business's agenda, with you helping it along and bringing that personal connection to the brand. But it's still fundamentally the message of the business. The negatives, I guess, in the business is there might be a little less connection. You might not be as connected. And the negatives as well with that is, it could be a little bit faceless. And making sure there is depth to it. So what is your business about? The product is tangible. With a person, it's physical as well. And emotive. A business is sort of all-encompassing. So you've just got to make sure you are direct with your messaging and get really key USPs, unique selling points, and make sure you're talking to those points. So 3 really important things for you to think about for your business. Are you marketing myself, which is yours alone and you will have forever, and your service? Are you marketing your business, a product, which is all about the product, not about you, very removed? Or are you marketing a business, a community, a story that you want to have that you're injecting in and you're the figurehead of, but it's about everything. It's about the product, it's about the service, it's about you. It's a business. Know what you want to brand as a business. From there, you can then start to build a true path and purpose. So that was my tip for this week's vlog. If you want to comment more, make some comments below in the video. Subscribe, like, just so more people can find this video, and share the love, because that's what I'm all about. Sharing my knowledge for you to help you build a stronger, more authentic business. If you want to know more about my brand pack, which is all important in building a true identity, and a little, as today's video is all about, just a little snippet of what we talk about in that brand pack, head over to my website, mybrandstory.me, and make sure you subscribe to get your very own free course, Brand 20-Point Branding Checklist. Sign up, get it, and see if you tick those boxes. It's a great place to start to see where you want to go and where you're going to take yourself, and then see what the next step is. Stay true to your journey and brand, as what you have to offer, nobody else does. Remember that. I'm Claire Spalding for My Brand Story. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. It's salty, as I was introduced before. The crazy sausage, aren't you? The top dog? Well, he thinks so anyway. Hi, I'm Claire Spalding in business. We'll just wait for the dog to go through the door. It's through.